Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we bring you information about great things that are happening in our city, and today will be no different. You know, one of the things we like to talk about often is how businesses in this community not just do business, but build relationships. And as a result of building those relationships, are able to establish some wonderful initiatives community-wide, and then also take some time to recognize those individuals who are making a difference. One of those businesses is Wells Fargo Bank. And today to talk to us about some of the exciting things that are going on, including their Days of Giving, which I'm always excited about, is Kerry Williams. Kerry is the Volunteer Chapter Vice President. Welcome to the broadcast today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Well, it's good to have you, and you've brought some friends with you today. We have Louise Smith. She's the Huntsville District Manager. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you.
And Tonia Beverly is Downtown Rescue Mission Corporate Relations person.
It's nice to be here. Thank you, Kenny.
It's good to have everybody here today because you guys got some great smiles too down there. The sun is just shining in the studio. This is wonderful, but it really means you have some good stuff to talk about, because I had a chance to go to the breakfast last year.
Yes.
And I was absolutely amazed at the volume of work that Wells Fargo does in communities around this nation. I was so impressed and thought, wow, what a great asset to have this business in our community. As I said earlier, not just doing business, but building healthy and strong relationships with the community. So we're just glad to hear about that. So Kerry, just tell us a little bit about that whole process, the Days of Giving event.
Sure.
That's coming up soon, in fact.
It is. It's September 9th in Huntsville, and although we're doing things year-round, we've got volunteerism year-round, we've got donations going on, September is a really unique time for us to share about it because we've got the Days of Giving breakfast, which highlights 8 nonprofits in Huntsville. But what I love about Days of Giving and the way it comes about is each of our store teams in Louise's district get to choose a nonprofit. So it's not a corporate decision. It doesn't come from a higher level. It's on the ground, in the field team members that are connecting with the work that's being done and saying, I see value in this and I want to nominate them for a $1,000 grant through Days of Giving. So we collect those 8 nonprofits and we celebrate them. We honor the work that they're doing at a breakfast and present them with the $1,000 check as well.
Yeah, and you know, Louise, that's exactly what I got excited about last year because of the individual opportunity that each branch has to really kind of determine where we're going to invest our money. The notion that you have all kinds of things happening in the community, sometimes you can't know everything that's going on. But certainly people that work for the organization have their own personal causes, their own personal interests, things that they like to invest time in. And they can actually tell that story to you perhaps better than anybody can. And it's great that you actually have that kind of a model. I'm just curious as to, at a corporate level, was that just something people came together and decided this is how we're going to do it? Or was it something people tried and it worked? How did y'all end up with that model? Because it's an awesome model.
I tell you, our vision and values is what we live every day. It's our guiding principle. And it's from the top of the house that we want to be involved in our communities at a local level. Whereas it's not said to who you will have to support, it's where are you supporting currently? Where are you rolling up your sleeves and getting involved in your community? What community organization are you helping to strengthen, which would in turn strengthen our community? So it's definitely at a local level, and it's hands down. When we have that conversation, it's the best time of the year. Team members are so excited about the opportunity to showcase where they're rolling their sleeves up and really doing the work alongside the nonprofit organizations. So it really is an exciting time, and I'm honored and privileged to be alongside with those team members. We have over 80 team members that are always looking for opportunities to support in some way and volunteer.
Wow, okay, so now tell me, if I'm not in the Wells Fargo model, I don't necessarily know that. Is that something that you all promote? Is that how do people learn about what you all do in terms of supporting the community?
I would tell you that when I moved here to Huntsville from Colorado Springs, Colorado in 2011, yes, as a team member, but I learned of the many opportunities at the Days of Giving that Kerry just spoke of. We sit and have an opportunity to really absorb and take it in from the leaders of those organizations. They share their mission, their purpose, and that's when I got so very energized in 2011 when I moved here. And we spread it word of mouth. We don't have commercials commercials or advertisements, of course. Certainly, as customers enter into our branches, our team members take personal ownership and they share that. We ask for ways to volunteer. We ask for opportunities, and that's exactly how it's done throughout the nation, really, of Wells Fargo. So really exciting opportunities.
Yeah, and I imagine that as an organic model, which is really what it is, it's kind of feeding off itself out of this idea that individual people really have the opportunity and the ability to kind of see what's working in their community, where the needs are, perhaps, where the gaps are, perhaps even what's working and just needs a little bit more support for somebody to come alongside them. And that really has to be, as you said, energizing for the people that work there to have this opportunity to select that group of individuals who are going to benefit from this event. And this is just, I think, a wonderful way to do business because, as I said last year after the event, I think I was speaking on behalf of the city perhaps, and I came up and I said, you know, I need to open up an account at Wells Fargo. And I need, you know, and then someone was supposed to contact me. Nobody did, you know. But,
well, I'll take charge of that and make sure that that gets done. Thank you for the opportunity.
But the reality was, I was so excited because I was like, this is the kind of company I like doing business with.
Sure.
There should be a dual relationship, and understanding that a community is meaningful, not just because we're a great company and we do great business, but because we have great people who don't do business with things or machines. They do business with people, and that matters. And of course, we have an organization right here in this community that matters. It's the Downtown Rescue Mission, an organization that is doing some fantastic work in this community. And Tonia, you're here representing that organization today. Tell us a little something about the Downtown Rescue Mission.
Well, the Downtown Rescue Mission is in our 40th year. We are super excited about that. And our vision is to be a place of refuge and safety for men, women, and children in our community that are really struggling. Some of them are homeless, some of them are impoverished, some of them have just been kicked in the teeth by life. And they come to us and we provide food and shelter, and we provide for their physical and spiritual and emotional and social needs, and we have people that are there to work with them and encourage them to really make a change in their life and not just get a hot shower and a hot meal and a cot.
Yeah. And you know, the other thing that really impressed me last year when I went to this breakfast and listening to the model and how this model works is that Wells Fargo allows their employees to volunteer in the community at various agencies as a part of their commitment to the success of the community.
Absolutely.
And again, that's huge. And what a powerful statement that you make by doing something like that, that said, we're not just going to throw money at people, which is one way to be able to take care of the needs of the community, but we're actually going to invest in that financially, but we're also going to lend our resources, our man and woman power to make that possible. That is just, I'm just so hyped about the model. I really am, because this is something that is, I think, important to recognize, especially when people are making choices about things in communities.
That's exactly kind of how we got affiliated with Downtown Rescue Mission. That came through the Huntsville Volunteer Chapter. I think we've got over 80 members now, and it was a team member that said, do you know what they're doing? We can have people come and we can serve lunch. We can go once a week and we can staff that and we can be that friendly face and that helping hand. And that kind of helped build the relationship, that brought more avenues. We recently helped at their anniversary banquet. We had team members saying, this is what I'm talking about. These are the kind of things that I want to volunteer for. So it's exactly to your point. We're coupling donations, but also with the volunteerism as well.
Yeah, and that was the banquet my friend Tim spoke at. Yeah, wonderful. I knew he was going to be here for that. I had a conflict that night, couldn't make it, but I'm sure that was a successful event.
It was a successful event, and it was a fundraiser, and it was successful in that manner, but it was really exciting to celebrate the growth and how the Downtown Rescue Mission has really become a part of the community and grown in partnerships, and how not only our founders, but our graduates are really making a difference in the community.
Right, and I recently had a chance to go to the ribbon cutting for the thrift store, which is located on Old Monrovia.
On Old Monrovia, across from the mall. It was our best grand opening ever. It's our 7th store, and we were very excited about that.
And what a beautiful facility, and so much excitement around that. Again, making a visible presence in the community that goes beyond just the building, but actually going out into community to really touch people's lives and make a difference is really what this process is all about, and why this is just so exciting to have you all here talking about this today. So the Days of Giving breakfast takes place when again?
It'll be September 9th at the Huntsville Museum of Art. We'll have 8 nonprofits there. We've also invited the United Way. There'll be a donation to them as well. And the one unique thing that we've added this year is from our volunteer chapter, we have a Volunteer of the Year that's been nominated, and they have selected an additional nonprofit organization. So we're inviting them too. So September 9th, Huntsville Museum of Art, several nonprofits being honored and celebrated for the work they're doing every single day in the community.
That's exciting. And on behalf of the United Way, since I'm board chair this year, I want to thank you for that contribution. That's outstanding. We really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
United Way is doing some great things in this community, and we love partnering with organizations community-wide, so that's really exciting. Wells Fargo, you know, I talked a lot about the Days of Giving and volunteerism, but Wells Fargo really is and has been an asset to this community. It's a strong institution, a strong financial institution that really has made its footprint in the Huntsville community. And I'm just wondering, Louise, what that means to you to be able to come to a community like Huntsville that's a growing community, and it's explosive in its growth in so many ways, but to be able to actually park here. Yes. And have a presence here that will probably last for many years to come. What does that mean to you?
It means more to me than one would imagine. Being married to a retired military Air Force gentleman that we've been married for 26 years, we really hadn't had a place that we called home for 26 years. Wow. So this has now become home. And really it feels great to be home with the Wells Fargo family who gives so extensively to the community. I am very, very moved. I'm very privileged. I'm honored. I'm very blessed to work for a company that has the stability and the strength in the community, but we're not alone. We certainly reach out to those organizations that we want to continue to further their strength, if you will, because we're only as strong as the community in which we serve and live, and that's where we want our customers to see us. Yeah. We want them to see us in the community giving back every opportunity that we have to those nonprofit organizations.
Yeah, and I think that's wonderful. That's part of your story and certainly part of your legacy. I've seen Wells Fargo at many events and occasions, and I know I had a chance to really develop a relationship with Kerry and all the great work that she's doing and the vision that she has for doing some other great things in the community. Yes. Just proud to be able to work with her. And so this is really, really good stuff, and it's the kind of stuff that I like to really highlight as part of what's happening in the city. The name of the show is Impact, and obviously Wells Fargo is having a profound impact on the quality of life in our community. I want to thank each of you for that. Just a closing comment, if you'd like, Kerry. I'm going to give you a closing comment and ask you how people can find out more about Wells Fargo.
Sure. Well, again, I agree with Louise that it's important to me to be part of a company that's part of a community. We have a national presence, but we're a community bank, and I'm given the opportunity to volunteer where I think it's important. I'm given the opportunity to participate in that, and I feel fortunate for that. I feel fortunate to learn more about social responsibility and to be active in that as well.
Yeah. Louise, a parting shot?
Oh, I tell you, I have so much I would like to say, but I'm sure I have just a moment, and I will answer the question of how to reach Wells Fargo. Great. Many channels. Whichever channel you imagine, we have it. You could reach us via, you could reach out to our website, I would say, first of all, of course, wellsfargo.com. We have 8 branches in Huntsville. Any of those 8, step into those branches, and team members will welcome you with open arms and really invite you in, as well as inviting your family and friends, as well as, again, asking for those opportunities to help us know how we can give back to the community.
All right, terrific. Do you have a social media presence?
I will let Kerry speak to the social media
We
presence.
do. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook. There's hashtags for Wells Fargo volunteers as well as Wells Fargo Bank. So yes, we do have a social media presence. I'm sure this will be on there in a moment.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll add that ourselves.
And I'll also add to, yes, we're on all those social media sites. There's opportunity for career opportunities as well, and you will find those on those sites as well. And that's very important because we want to employ folks from our community.
Yeah, boy, we may want to have you come back and talk a little bit more about that too. I've got a career show that's coming up, and maybe we can have you back and talk a little bit about what those careers are.
Sure, it would be my
and how
pleasure.
people can
Thank
get
you.
connected. And Tonia, of course, I want to give you one last opportunity to shine a light on Downtown Rescue Mission.
Well, we are, again, thrilled to be recipients of the Community Impact Grant from Wells Fargo. And we are open 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We need volunteers every single day. If you have a passion for something, we can probably find a place for you to make that passion work. We always need volunteers. We always need sponsors for events to help us let people know what we're doing and why it's important. So if you want to get in contact with us, we go to downtownrescuemission.org or Facebook, Downtown Rescue Mission Huntsville, or you can contact me at my office at 256-713-4343.
Kerry Williams, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you.
Come back and see us.
I will.
Louise Smith, thank you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
And hopefully we'll have you back at some point. And Tonia, we hope to have you back too, because we want to really maybe focus on Downtown Rescue Mission, all the great work that you're doing right there.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here.
All right, thank you. And we look forward to Days of Giving for sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
We hope that you have enjoyed the information that we shared today. I'm just so excited about the opportunity to be able to highlight this type of information and this type of good thing that's happening in our community. We can't talk enough about these very positive initiatives that are taking place right here and ways that you can get connected to those things as well. We hope that you'll take the opportunity to seek them out, to find out more about what you can do to be a volunteer. And as we close, I remind you about something that was once said by the great Mahatma Gandhi, that if you want to see a change in the world, you need to be the change. So if you want to make something happen, you can make a difference. For Impact, I'm Kenny Anderson. Looking forward to seeing you the next time. Have a great day.